Namaste, Jay Bharat. Coming to things more mundane, I was talking about Dharma just now, but coming to things more mundane, we have seen that when Russia and Ukraine they had war, both the entire European Union and the US were treating Russia as an alien predator. They tried everything. The US, Trump in particular, put all kinds of sanctions on Russia. They treated him as an alien predator. They consider the non-Europeans as aliens, practically. This is what people feel. And then put all kinds of sanctions. Now, Bharat is a nation with a character. I don't imply others don't have character, but we have a right to say that we have a character in the sense we have transparency, we have trustworthiness, we are not deceitful, we don't betray anyone, we don't take somebody's property, we don't invade anyone for anything. So all these things are part of the character of Bharat apart from honesty. We don't say one thing and do a different thing. That is because of the Sanskriti, which is culture in English, of Bharat. We are like that. And the many people, not all of course, five fingers are not equal. Many people in our nation live by this. They live the common life by this, with this kind of transparency and values in life. Individuals, many citizens. Again, I am telling not all, but if you take a statistics, I suppose majority people in Bharat are like this only when you interact with them. Suppose a trader is trading with his own ethics, there you may not expect this, but in your relations with him, you will find this, and that you will find in a trader also, and anyone for that matter, a businessman also, and an industrialist also. In personal life, they have all these values, and if you look at personal life, the majority, rather vast majority of citizens of this nation are like that. There would still be exceptions. So, this transparency. So, we would go by what we say and we would stand by what we say as far as possible for us. When someone makes us helpless, well, that becomes a different situation. So, we had our relations with Russia, which was very transparent, and Bharat was buying oil from Russia, and they were giving us vast amounts, of course. They were giving us in subsidized rates then, and the whole world is ordered not to buy oil from Russia, but we continued. There were all kinds of threats, and they put even sanctions on Bharat, but that sanctions remain. We are ready to take such punishments if they give. We don't retaliate, we don't even talk back the nasty words which are put against us. All right, that's nasty words coming from someone's mouth, not from our mouth. So it's nasty, originated from wherever, and originating from the nasty minds. So let it remain. We should not react. We have not reacted. That, of course, I consider as maturity. So we continued buying oil from Russia, and there were all kinds of coercions in multiple manners from more than one sources. All right, I don't want to name. But now, with the Iran war, the Strait of Hormuz is rather become a difficult area for people to move. So the oil shortage in the entire world, LPG shortage, piped gas also will have difficulties for multiple reasons. So, and Iran, they are at the receiving end. Iran for us are patients. We don't support any radicals and jihadis at all, which is clear, crystal clear, as clarity itself. So there is no talk about it beyond. But then we have respect to ancient civilizations such as Persians, and given DNA of the Persians, they still have the original DNA. Majority of them are primarily the original DNA of Zagro something, and then of course the Indo-Iranians. They were invasions. They were not invasions in that sense. They were not migration in that sense. They were cultural destructions, religious destructions. With all those things, their DNA, history, heritage is more or less intact. They are still the Persians. Their religion has changed. The language has undergone serious changes, etc., etc., in spite of that. So, when Iran and the US are having a war, Iran has declared that per barrel the price we will make up to $200. That will be devastating to the world. And so, US is now telling people to buy, especially Bharat, to buy as much as oil as you want from Russia. Fine. Let them say happy about it. Previously when they said don't buy it, then also happy about it. But we went about our business in our own normal way. But now Russia is lucky that way. What they do, when they had sanctions, they did not stop taking out oil. They did not stop storing. They had been stocking. And they were trying to sell it for something as cheap as $40, $42, $43 per barrel. And now they are selling it for $100+. Good patience. Good patience. And Russia needs that money. Now that money is not going to help the Ukraine war. No, that was a plea they made at that time. Now European Union has their own problem. They feel they are let down by US. That's a mistake of European Union, I would say. Why do they depend on US? They just wanted to relax. They didn't want to maintain their own army. They just wanted to be like in a welfare state, so they didn't want to sweat. Let America do all the work. We will enjoy security and this thing and that thing. Similar, the Gulf people were also doing. They were giving bases to America, and they trusted it. They believed that America will do everything. Something you also should do. Don't depend on America. Don't depend on anyone for anything beyond a point. Don't expect that they will come and save you. They may not be able to do it, like the situation now. So European Union was doing the same mistake. All that dirty work they gave to America, and they wanted to live comfortably, and they were living comfortably. But now they feel America let them down, not giving the funds. Yes, what for? I would ask this question. When you give something back to US, then only they should give. And now US is the typically trader there. They come into contact with you for their benefits, and that's the end of the news. So Russia is getting benefited. China also is getting benefited. China and the USA are just alike. Both have similar ambitions. Both wanted to control the world, and both would do anything. And the difference is China is a communist regime. They can do it easily because communism is dictatorship in the modern what you call attire, dictatorship in new attire, with stories of parties, etc. Only one party. How can that be a party politics, etc., etc., etc. So this is a funny thing that's happening in the world, and Russia, of course, is getting the returns from their patience and sufferings. And let's let's be happy about it in a way. We shall meet again. Namaste. Jai Bharat, Jai Siya Ram.